Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Good morning, Bix Weir, Roota.com with your morning horn disease. Just a sip of chaga coffee. Drink your chaga coffee. I like to mix half coffee, half chaga. That way it tastes more like a coffee. Not that, chaga tea is good, but I just like the mix. Half chaga, half coffee equals healthy and happy. Happy would be the coffee part. Healthy would be the chaga part. All right. You can get the fine chaga powder anywhere on Amazon or online or health food stores and all that. Get the fine stuff so it fully evaporates. Otherwise, you're drinking chunks of chaga. All right. The Veritasium giveaway has officially ended. It's over. We're not giving away Veritasium anymore. But on the good note, we are giving away the coolest #1 coin in the world. The Roota Lives coin, hand-painted coin, each double stamped and numbered. So you're going to love this and the meaning, the significance. I wrote a little about the significance. If you go to roadtoroota.com, click on subscribe today. Here's what I wrote about the significance. For a very limited time, we're giving away 1 silver Roota Lives coin sent via UPS with every private road subscription and renewal. This is a very special coin and is hand-painted with a red heart symbolizing the amazing future that a return to sound money will usher in. According to the Road to Roota theory, there are people within the U.S. government and the Federal Reserve taking on the banking deep state controllers, criminals, and will soon destroy their tight grip on our day-to-day lives. Once we are freed, we will see and understand a world of, quote, wishes and rainbows, the Fed comic book, alluded to in the Fed Boston documents. Prophecy. It is prophesizing a return to the true America. And this came from the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, my friends. It's not something I made up. And there's tons of supporting evidence for it. So it is happening. I'm excited about it. It will be crazy. And the whole world has never gone off an unbacked fiat standard because the whole world has never been on an unbacked fiat standard for so long. I mean, since 71, we weren't really ever on a real gold standard. Nobody can really define what a real gold standard is. The closest thing was probably the late 1800s to about 1914, the start of World War I, when all the countries abandoned the gold standard for a while. So there was a little bit, but I mean, again, it wasn't a real gold standard. It wasn't very effective. There's a problem with the gold standard. And I mean, there's many problems. Most of the problems are caused when people get involved. When people get involved, you fuck up a gold standard. When government gets involved, you're going to fuck up a gold standard. The bankers always want to go to war. We just got to take out the bankers and keep a close eye on them in the future. Anyway, we are giving away 1 silver Roota coin mailed to your front door with every subscription or renewal. And it's a really cool coin. Add to your collection. Stack it. Stack it, my friends. And we will stop doing this when silver starts to run. Let's talk about silver. I talked yesterday. I said, they're going to gun for $21. They're going to gun for $21. And what do they do today? They gunned for $21. Now, they haven't pounded it. And remember how these criminals work. They take on the technical traders are the fools that get conned into it. So we have just breached the 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day moving averages right down here. This was the big one. The 200 is the big one. And you've seen it here. It's gone. They've done it before. The question is, before we had all the data, we knew the banks were massively short at the highs, and then they would get it under, they would cover. That's how they play their game. A lot of this is just trading back and forth with each other, colluding to set the price of silver. I don't know how long it'll stay below. It hasn't decisively broke it yet. You got to go down a couple bucks. Anything under 20 is a screaming buy. But then again, today we have the release of the Commitment of Traders report that's been hidden for almost a month now. So supposedly today, on February 24th, they're going to release the first report. So we're going to have to use the Wayback Machine. And in the next 2 weeks, they're going to get them all out. The only reason to hide this stuff, and they are hiding it, by the way, is there's a massive shift in what the commercial short is and this could be the very last game they play. They'll probably shut down the COMEX if there's any war announced between us and China, or us and Russia, or when Russia invades Ukraine fully this time, not just play around with it. They're probably going to declare force majeure on the COMEX, which means there'll be no price. So, yeah, this is their last licks, I believe. How long will it last? I don't know. The JP Morgan handcuffs are on until September 28th, 27th, 28th. They're not allowed to officially do anything themselves. It's a 3-year handcuff period. They've already broken this deferred prosecution agreement. They broke it by colluding and rigging silver prices with the WhatsApp text messaging thing and not recording it. They got busted for it, but it was during the time of the 3-year. So the U.S. government can keep adding years or start the case all over and nail JP Morgan for RICO charges, which would put them out of business. Very interesting times. Anything can happen. But I'm keeping an eye on what am I looking at right now? I'm looking at this. The criminals are running for the hills. Open interest is just, for the March contract, is diving. Just yesterday, they rolled over 11,000, rolled over or delivered in at the LBMA, supposedly. We don't know. You're not allowed to know that. 11,000 contracts, which is 56 million ounces. They'll do the same today. If this thing gets below, let's take a look at what the low is. Now, the low in the last 3 or 4 years has been, now remember, April's usually a big delivery month, usually one of the biggest. 2001, it was one of the biggest with 11,000 contracts, which is 66 total. Close to 66 million ounces delivered in 2021 in the third in March. And then look at this. Although it's lower than 2021, 2022 was one of the biggest too. So this should be one of the biggest. And I think it's shaping up to be one of the lowest. Now, the lowest we've seen was in only 5,000 contracts, although this doesn't carry out the rest of 2023 or 22. But as you can see from this, they are trying to get rid of this. It's 17,000 contracts right now. There's still 2 or 3 days of trading. I think this will get down below 10. And if it does get down below 10, it would be one of the smallest marches ever. And it's not because people are not interested in silver. No, it's the exact opposite. The COMEX doesn't have it. They don't have the silver. That's why it's all banks trading back. Who is the big taker of silver this month? Bank of America. Who is the biggest giver? JP Morgan customers. So it's so obvious. The CFTC closes their eyes to it. But yeah, they announced that if it's possible, they can do it as early as Friday the 24th. They might just say, fuck it, we're not going to ever do it again. I don't know. It hasn't come out yet, but it'll probably be after the market closes so everybody forgets about what's going on. I think it'll be significant. Not as significant as the one from last week, which won't be coming out for 2 more weeks because they're starting from the first place where they stopped, which I think is ridiculous. Ted Butler has tried to get everybody to say, oh, no, you got to start with the last first. You got to tell us what's going on right now. But it'll be so distorted right now. I think it would show that my theory is absolutely the criminals are fleeing the ship. The rats are fleeing the ship. And that's great news for silver holders. So we'll find out in the next 2 weeks, or they might just go to war and call it a day. Who knows? I do want to point out, we ended the Veritasium giveaway at midnight last night. Those will all be shipped out today and tomorrow to the private road members. Veritasium is extremely volatile. And because there is no volume on it, because it is shunned, I mean, CoinMarketCap, that criminal organization, still has this red warning. When there's dozens of cryptos that have settled with the SEC, they have this big warning on Veritasium only. Why Veritasium? Because CoinMarketCap is violating Reggie's patent, and they know it. And that's why they put that there. So it is the thin, I would say, out of all the cryptos, it's probably one of the known cryptos, the top couple hundred, it is the one that is most thinly traded. Look at the volume of like $27,000 worth of volume in 24 hours. It's just crazy because it's not traded anymore. You can go on a Mercatox to try to get it. There's a couple swap places, but you never know what price you're going to get it for. Yeah, and I can see how Veritasium could easily surpass the price of Bitcoin, easily. Now, remember, it only would take one trade, one share of one token, one Veritasium token, to sell for $25,000 on the next trade. Say it's announced that the U.S. government's going to Reggie to fix our system. Now, I don't think it'll happen until after the system shuts down. The COMEX, the U.S. stock markets, the bond markets, everything. That was in Cliff's data, that they come to Reggie and say, hey, help us. Because it's Reggie's invention. He invented peer-to-peer trading in the capital markets. And these are the capital markets. The CoinMarketCap, all the crypto exchanges are using Reggie's invention. Now, you might say, no, these happened organically. Had the patent office granted Reggie a patent when they should have, when he first filed the patent, this wouldn't even be a question. Veritasium would be inbred into every exchange on the planet by now. But it's not. So, yeah. When any announcement's going to happen, it's going to be only one or two trades that, $50,000, $100,000 that makes Veritasium be more valuable dollar for dollar than Bitcoin. We'll find out, though, right? That's why I call it a lottery ticket. You never know. If you hit the lottery, the U.S. government makes that announcement, poof. All of a sudden, Veritasium wouldn't even be trading anymore. You couldn't even get it. They'd be so valuable, in my opinion. Anyway, but that's a long shot. Whether or not the U.S. government goes to Reggie to keep capital markets flowing, I don't know. The bankers would not be happy about that because it cuts out the middleman. It cuts out J.P. Morgan. It cuts out Fidelity. It cuts out, all these entities that have been lagging on implementing crypto-type solutions, blockchain solutions. So really exciting times for those of you who got the Veri tokens. Congratulations. Just yesterday, I posted the Ginny Moonstone discussion. We get it. It's good. It's a good one. Go check that out. All the private Roota members, go to the Ginny Moonstone section and get it. All right. That's what I got for you right now. Keep an eye on silver. It's below 21. Great time to buy Road to Roota 10-ounce bars from Andy Sheckman. Send them an email, andy@milesfranklin.com. Only $2.99 over spot. And they're cool bars. Do I have one here? I think I do. Right here. There it is. 10-ounce bar. It says Road to Roota on it. It says, may the road you choose be the right road. 10 ounces of $9.995 fine silver. Go get yours today at Miles Franklin. You can call up Miles Franklin, 800-822-8080, I think. And, or just email Andy, info @milesfranklin.com. Tell me you want as many Roota 10-ounce bars as you can get, $2.99 over spot. All right. This is Bix Weir. Keep an eye on this. Silver might go down further. I think Monday or Tuesday will be their final slam. So we might get sub $20 silver. It's a gift. Thank you, banker criminals. Just make sure you get it in physical form, not derivative form. No ETFs. The ETFs won't be around. Easy place to confiscate or nationalize silver in all the ETFs at every country, especially if you have mining stocks. Easy to nationalize those. And that's the world we're headed into. So hang on tight. Again, this is Bix Weir, roadtour.com. You want to join the private road, click on subscribe today, and we will be sending you this token, the silver Roota coin, the Roota Lives coin. Very cool. I'll talk to you guys later.